Thank you. Great. Excellent question.
Have a good weekend, Mr. Talbot.
You too. Thank you.
For log graphs, are you ever gonna make the A or the B like negative?
I can, just A, not B. You can't be negative.
Oh,
The
yeah.
graph disappeared. If A is negative, you just come down. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So it's never gonna be on the left side.
That's not true. If X is negative, but that's not us. Like, if you can do all that, things are long, like pH and like the scale, things like that, that's all a lot of things. And so, how do you have those be like a negative? I just, so, but anyway, it'd be extremely rare. If there was a negative on the X-ray, I would never do you would swing it the opposite way. So I can't say never, but I can say never this year.
Okay, and then you don't. Yeah, never say never. You have to like bother if you like it's just gonna look the same. Come on.
I mean, you saw the difference when I changed it. It doesn't change it. So think of like 2 to the X versus 3 to the X versus 5 to the X. We just get a little bit more speed. It's not a big deal. If you're doing research in logs, I'm sure that you'll have software where you could plug in and find the actual coordinates. You know, if that's what you're researching.
Yeah,
But
logs
for
are really
us,
cool.
as long as we've got the general idea, it's plenty.
Okay. Yeah.
Can you believe that Jacobs didn't finish his homework for today? Me and Ryan did.
Well, I was just doing it all because I'm finished.
The review assignment? Why didn't you have me stamp it? It's actually a really good idea. You didn't have me stamp it because the stamp looks terrible.
You're just stamping and getting all the odds done, right? And then it'll be the evens
Yeah, I mean,
or should we finish?
just finish it.
Okay.
I just did that to keep people organized.
Okay.
But no, I can't believe it. Although he was on that field trip, so it might have set him behind a little.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit behind right now.
Yeah, he's really behind. He's worried about flipping the logs back. Hi, sweetheart. How are you?
Hey.
What's wrong? You seem stressed. Can I help?
Same side equations, the thing we learned yesterday.
Mhm.
I don't know, but I didn't get it for some reason.
But
I
that's,
was struggling on it.
when did you have them in the homework? We didn't have homework on that.
No, like during class.
Oh, okay. Well, that's very natural. So we only have one in our review notes and it's an
Oh.
easy one. But there are a couple in the review assignment. So if you need me, let me know. I can help you with them.
Okay.
In math 3, they're much worse than in math 1.
Oh.
Spicy level.
What's math words?
The same base exponentials. Look at the ones that we do in there. They're like really crazy. But our class, they won't be crazy.
Okay.
So what I suggest the strategy is find the bigger of the 2 bases and make a tree.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I think, oh, you just find the exponent. Okay. Got it.
but you want to always focus on the bigger of the 2 bases. A lot of students try to break down the smaller one and they can't get anywhere. You have to break down the bigger one.
Yeah. Okay.
There were like 5 cheerleaders in my first period, and I think they were spraying themselves with stuff. Yeah. I was not complaining. The smell? Yeah, they were talking about their fall scent. It smelled like baking to me.
Doing
it.
Oh, we're just doing. What are we doing?
Review notes.
That's all?
I mean, it's the most important whole lesson of the chapter, but yes,
Cool.
I wouldn't
I'm
call
fine
it,
with that.
I wouldn't call it all But I also want to go over the answers from the dimensional analysis worksheet
Okay.
and take questions on
But
that.
but the notes pretty much the entire class day.
Gosh, I'm hoping not.
Okay.
And homework is the review assignment. So as soon as I take my questions and do the review notes, then you guys can work on the review assignment.
Okay, that's what I'm wondering.
So I don't know how long it will take because this is my only math one class, but I'm hoping it's not too bad. Who's that?
Larry Lawrence Lawyerson the third.
You like him?
I was actually gonna ask you if I could borrow some tape.
Yes.
Thank you.
Do you know who Balloony is?
From SpongeBob?
No, it's Phineas and Ferb.
No.
Dr. Doofenshmirtz has a balloon and its name is Balloony, and he just drew a face on a balloon, and it's like his friend, and it's like his only friend,
Yeah,
Balloony. And then doesn't Balloony pop?
I think so.
I don't remember if balloon pops or not, but it's like literally like a gray balloon that's just like a gray balloon with like a black face on it, and he's like,
Yeah.
Balloony, and he like loves it.
So
And
me.
he
though.
does his Dr. Doofenshmirtz voice.
It's so me though.
Very
But look, he can dance. He can dance.
Oh, he can. What?
He can
What's the date today? This is
8,
such a weird.
11/8, 11/8. Mhm.
That's what but it says 8.
Nope.
No, H's though.
I know.
Like, how did you?
You put, no, you put 8 in.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's supposed to be an N, not an H?
No, that's supposed to be -8 squared minus 3 times -8.
Okay. Alright, that didn't make any sense at first.
Yeah, so H of just means plug it in for the end spots.
Okay.
You can change the ends to X's if you want to, if that helps. My child always changed all the letters to X's. Refused to use any other letter besides X.
No, okay.
Hi, everybody. Please find the review notes in your packet, please and thank you. Thank you. Well, it's supposed to be by class time, but I think you get extra time anyway.
From yesterday's work, I don't, that, cause I don't have my packet.
No. I mean, I think you have an accommodation for extra time anyway. I'm pretty sure. Okay. Review notes. Number what? This one has super fun double distributive property. And -2 times x is -2x. -2 times -4 is +8. -3 times 1, -3. This is very, very careful. -3 times -3x. +9x equals -x plus 3x. Okay, so first step, distributed everything out. Super careful about the signs. Okay, second step is combine like terms. I'm going to combine these two guys. I'm going to combine those two guys and these two guys. Do you have a question? Okay. -2x combines with 9x to make 7x. 8 minus 3 is 5. And -x plus 3x is 2x. Unfortunately, this is one of those times I don't get to do my favorite style of solving. I can undo this, but it's not going to really help me. I need to undo this one this time. And x is -1, which is extremely satisfying. Any questions about this problem? Anything at all? We good? Okay. Number two is one of our new types of problems. We just learned this yesterday, so it's probably still fuzzy. This is called a same base exponential. Yes, honey. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, so my strategy is always to find the bigger of the two bases. So first of all, you can't cross them out because 6 and 36 are not equal. So my strategy is to work on the bigger of the two bases and break that down. And 36 is 6 times 6. Perfect. Okay, so 6 to the 3b equals 6 squared. Okay, and now the 6's are the same, so I can cancel them out. 3b equals 2. Divide by 3. B equals 2/3. Don't be worried about this being a fraction. I have to be honest and tell you, a lot of times Miss Rice and I, we make these problems fraction answers so that you can't just guess and check B and you have to actually do the problem. We're jerks. So, jerks, but smart jerks. Okay. I'm fine with being a jerk as long as I'm a smart jerk. Okay. All right. Number 3. Yes. What? Are you sure? Okay. Okay. Number 3, what type of problem? What is this called? Fraction buster. Okay. And what is the least common denominator in this problem? Nice. Super proud. Okay. So 24 times the top, 24 times the 2, 24 times the top. Now I'm going to get the calculator, though Talia's got me covered on that, I think. Maybe she's faster than me right now because I'm all over the place on my desk with stuff. Okay. 29 times 24. 696 over 8m minus, I know this one, 48m equals 65 times 24, 1560 over 24. So yesterday on the whiteboards, we worked on a lot of like, do the bottoms stay the same? Do they get multiplied too? The bottoms stay the same until you divide. So first step is multiplying the tops by the least common denominator, and then you divide. And if you did it properly, they should all divide evenly. So 696 divided by 8 is 87. $1,560 divided by 24 is 65. Combine. This is a weird answer. Is it reducible? Divided by 13? That's unusual. Now, let me show you again how lazy people would work on that problem, including myself. I would go 65 divided by 39. Math, enter, 5/3. Because I'm lazy. But this is, much better than that. Okay. Anything else from number 3? Good. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Scooch your paper down to 4 through 7. Next. What do you think my goal is in these problems? Yeah, I want to see if you know if it needs a box or not. Yeah, so box, this is how I would not do, not box, box, distribute, but you can make a box for this one if you like. Okay, anyway, this is not a box problem. This is a combining like terms problem, and the only like terms I see are those two. So I have x cubed, and then this is negative x minus 8x. And if you want to, you can write it up here. Just like that little piece of it, so you can see what's negative 1 minus negative 8. 7. And then minus 3, poor minus 3 doesn't have anybody to combine with. Okay, number 5. Okay, so I have 7x to the 4th minus 3x to the 4th is 4x to the 4th. Notice how I didn't change any of the exponents. 6x cubed minus x cubed, 5x cubed. 3x squared doesn't have anybody. And what do I do about this? Minus negative 2x. Yes. Yep, beautiful. Plus 2x. Yay, Jules saved us. Okay, so quick question. Can I combine things that have different letters? No. When I combine them, do the letters change? No. Do they become x to the 8th out of nowhere? No. Okay, resist the urge. Okay, now, number 6. Box problem. What size? 4x4. I think Honora's going off-roading this weekend. But did you get my joke? 4x4? No, okay. Well, you might not have that type of vehicle at your house, and that's fine. It's no big deal. It's just me being silly. Okay. 32v squared. Don't forget the squared there. Negative 56v. Negative 28v. Positive 49. This has got some numbers in it. Yeesh. Okay, anybody know what 56 plus 28 is? Is it 84? 84? Okay, yeah. Okay, so 32v squared minus 84v plus 49. And on the test next week, we have a test next week on the block day. I need you guys to keep your eyes peeled for equations where you need to do that first, and then it cancels out. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like the first one on the whiteboard thing yesterday where you had to do the box and then the 12x squareds canceled. So you're gonna have to keep your eyes out for that. So it's on you now to recognize whether or not you need a box. Okay, now for 7, do you want to do a box or do you want to distribute? You won't even ever do the box. We're gonna do both then. Cool. Okay, then just do the box on your paper. Okay, but what size box? By 3. Okay. Look at me, multitasking. All right, so 7 times 6 is 42. And there's x squared and a y. Oh, I don't know if I made this box big enough. X squared y, so 42 x squared y. Now, if you had y x squared, I would not mark that wrong. It's the same thing. I'm just a weirdo. I like to put them in alphabetical order. Okay, now, negative and 7 make negative 7. And this one we have to be really careful because there's 1 x here and 2 y's. X, y squared. Minus 7 xy squared. 7 times 7 is 49. And then there's 3 y's. So you have y to the 3rd. Okay, so distribute worked, box, same answer either way, whatever you like. I just want the two of you to know you have lost all privileges of sitting at the same table for the rest of the school year. Do you understand? I'm just letting you know. I'm counting the moments until we get to switch seats. It's a week from today. I'm so excited. I have a little like check off post-it note over here going, just so you know. So I don't care if you draw the same card in May, you're not sitting together, just so you know. Yeah. You have driven me nuts plenty. Enough to last me all the way to June. Uh-huh. Okay. Moving on. Number 8. Oh, look, your fave. Okay. So 2 times 3 is 6. B is just B. Okay, now be very careful. When you multiply, you add the exponents. So 3 plus -1 is 2. And I'm just going to leave that, even though I really, really want to rewrite it 6a squared b. But this is totally fine, Mrs. Talbot. You can handle it. Maybe. Maybe after you leave, I'll put 6a squared b there. Okay, now, number 9. This one gives you a false sense of security that these problems are easy. Because you're like, that was it. Okay. Now this one, I am going to start by fixing the negative exponents. So I have circled them. And negative exponents go on the other side of the fraction. So in this problem, I have only 2 left on the top now. I have 2. Actually, I have 2m cubed n to the 4th. That was originally in the problem. And then this is going to come down and be m to the positive 3. And this is going to come down and be n to the positive 2. So I have the 2's stayed in their spots. M to the 3rd, n to the 4th down here stayed in its spot. This moved here. This moved here. Okay. Now I'm going to count how many m's and n's there are. So it looks like there's 6 of each. Okay, and then the last step I'm going to do is reduce the 2's to 1's. And I'm done. Yes. Honey, I love you. But reducing fractions, we've been doing that for quite some time. Yes. Yes. Yeah, there are a bunch of different ways to approach this, as long as you get the same thing as me in the end, and that you don't have any negative exponents in your final answer, I'm good. So the coefficients should be reduced, meaning the numbers, and positive exponents at the end, and then I'm good. But however you get there is your adventure. Okay, flip to number 10. All right. M equals y2 minus y1. Please stop. x2 minus x1. Oh, Mrs. Talbot, you threw in all the negatives in this problem. I know. It was the maximum amount of negatives I could have. I must have been worried about that when I made this. Okay, so this is -2 plus 5 is 3. -3 plus 5 is 2. X equals -5, y equals -5. You can pick -3, -2 also, it doesn't matter. This problem is going to be spicy either way. Okay, y equals mx plus b. It's not the process that's spicy. We've been doing this for a while. It's the fractions. So y is -5. M is 3/2. X is -5 plus b. Okay, now on these, we're probably going to have a decimal for b. It's okay to have a decimal for b. I don't like a decimal for the slope because you're actually counting up 3/2. But having a decimal for b, I'm not upset about. So first of all, do you guys know how to do this in your head? Okay, so what you do is you multiply the top of the fraction times the whole number. So 3 times -5 is -15. What's -15 divided by 2? Yeah, -7.5 plus b. Again, calculator's totally fine. I'm just trying to work on your mental math. In math 3, we have a lot of no calculator stuff, so. Notice my format. I've got my slope as a fraction, but my decimal for b is okay. Slope fraction, but a decimal is okay for b. And why is a slope a fraction? Because it's actually a number of boxes you're counting up or down and over. Okay, parallel and perpendicular, your favorite. Okay. Parallel to this, parallel lines have the same slope and different y-intercepts. So a parallel slope would be the same slope. X is -5, y is 5. Same slope, different y-intercept. Now we need to find the y-intercept. Y equals mx plus b. 5 equals -7/5 times -5 plus b. Okay, this looks terrible, but it's not. The negatives cancel and the 5s cancel. So let me say that again. The negatives cancel and the 5s cancel. Then you just have 7. It's really not that bad. Parallel lines have the same slope with different y-intercepts. Okay, now number 12 is spicy. I will give it to you. This one, I don't know. I must have been feeling a spicy mood when I made this. Okay, super important though. What kind of a line is x equals 0? What kind of a line is it though? Almost, other one, vertical. Okay, what type of line is perpendicular to a vertical line? Horizontal. A horizontal line and a vertical line are perpendicular to each other. Okay, what is the slope of a horizontal line? You actually had to think about that. Okay, so let's go through the thought process steps again. You needed to know that x equals 0 is a vertical line. Then you needed to say to yourself that a horizontal line is perpendicular to that. And what you could do if you wanted to is draw yourself a little picture. Vertical line, horizontal line are perpendicular, and the slope of a horizontal line is 0. And then we have x equals y equals. Zero equals -5. No, 0 times -5. Other way. Everything's 0. Spicy, spicy, Mrs. Talbot. Okay, guess what's not spicy? The next 3. I do want to note you're allowed to use tracing paper on your test. So if you like to use tracing paper, you can. I like them for the rotations, but really nothing else. So that's just my preference, but I do like them for the rotations. So the last 3 problems we have here are transformations. This says translation 4 units right and 2 units up. Okay, so go to one of the points, start at U maybe, and go 4 units right, 2 units up, and make that U prime. Go to V, 4 units right, 2 units up, V prime. T, 4 units right, 2 units up, T prime. Okay. Rotation 180 degrees about the origin. Does it matter which direction I go? So 1 turn, 90, 180. Okay, done. Last one, reflection across the y-axis. This one is the y-axis. So I'm just gonna count the boxes. E's one box to the right, so I'm gonna put it one box to the left. G, two below that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost forgot my prime. Okay, when you're ready, flip to the stamp side, please. Okay, so this is where we're at right here. The review assignment is the next 2 nights homework, meaning that it's due on the block day. So it's the weekend homework and Tuesday nights. So just so you know, it's not due all the way till Thursday, which is a week from yesterday. You have a lot of time to work on that. On Monday, we'll be doing a team test in class. And then the test is the block day. I do want to do 2 more things before I'm done talking. The first is this. This is not you. Don't worry. None of that stuff looks familiar, but that's not you either. Okay. Take a look up here, please. Next test is on the block day. You guys have yours Thursday. You can use a note card, tracing paper, and a calculator. These are the topics. Transformations, rotations, reflections, and translations. Do you know what that is? Yeah. Okay. Distributive property. Adding, subtracting, and multiplying polynomials. The things in the parentheses with like the x to the fourth and either the plus is in the middle, you add like terms, the minus is in the middle and you subtract like terms, or they're stuck next to each other and you do the box. So this means add the stuff, subtract the stuff, or box. Okay. Next one, writing equations of parallel and perpendicular lines. You might not love it, but you know what it is. Writing the equation of a line from 2 points. Okay. Finding x and y intercepts. You did not go over that today. That was in your last chapter. But if you remember, we do 2 little problems. One where x is 0, one where y is 0. And then you find the 2 coordinates, graph those, and make the line. I'm sure there's one in your review assignment. Nope, it's on your final exam though. So you have to keep working on it. Write the equation of a line from a graph. You're gonna have a line on a graph, and you're gonna have to locate B, the start, and then count the slope for the slope triangle. It's not easy. Exponent, solving equation, including same base and fraction busting. The one where you make the tree with 6 squares, got you. There's also one on there where you have to do the box and then cross out the x squared and keep solving. So just so you know. Okay. The only thing we haven't gone over like super recently is x and y intercepts. So you should definitely look that back up. But I'm sure there's one on your review assignment because nope, nope, nope. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do for you. Here is my chapter 2 packet. I think this is last year's chapter 2 packet. Okay, hold that thought. I know there's an X and Y intercepts problem in our scavenger hunt that we're gonna do, so just hold that thought. If anybody wants to talk about X and Y intercepts with me, I will find you a problem to practice. Okay. All right, now, can you find the dimensional analysis worksheet? The homework from last night. Okay, I'm going to put up the answers, but I'm only gonna put up the answers. I will not accept just the answers for full credit. So if you write them down, but don't have any work, that's not going to be something I'm going to stamp, just so you know. I need to see all the multiplying. But I do want to show you the answers so you can check if you're right or not and ask me anything you'd like to ask me. Okay, so here are the answers for the first, we did these ones, right? We did all three of these. Okay, so here's the last one, number 4 is 193.6. If you did or did not do this worksheet, just put 193.6 somewhere like down in the corner so that you know what the answer is. You can check it as you go. If you did the problems, then just check your answers. 193.6. Okay. All right, second page. 3,600. 149.6. This one's fun. 73,526,000 and 7,508.6. This was a fun answer. Did anybody get this answer and think that they got it completely wrong because it was so gigantical? That is number 7, I believe. 73,526,000. Okay, now, last page. 154. 2,459.2. 36,792,000. Another fun one. And then the last one at the bottom was 50 or 30.4. Okay, now after seeing those, are there any you want to ask me about? Ten. Okay. Oh, 10 is the hardest one. Okay, so Evan, how did you start it? Did you start it with 30 or 90? Okay. Okay, so 30 seconds. And then you know seconds has to go on the bottom, so I'm gonna get that to be hours. So I don't know why I wrote that big. That's really bad mistake. I don't know what's happening. It's Fridays. What's happening? Okay, so now you have hours. And then I put this in. And then I go kilometers to feet. And I have to do kilometers to miles first. I believe in the little box, there's a kilometers to miles one. This one's a puzzle. It's like when I did this problem, to be honest with you, I started with the 90. Oh, so you went straight from seconds to hours without the 60s?
Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
Do you know how to type this in the calculator? Okay. Okay, perfect. If you guys can do this problem, you're probably gonna be able to do chemistry just fine. The dimensional analysis part of chemistry, I don't know about the actual conceptual part, but the math part, you should be okay. Anything else you want to ask about? That was an excellent question. Alrighty, so for the rest of the period, you guys should work on your review assignment, please. And this, if you haven't finished it, and if you need any help whatsoever, come over here. I am available.